Do you have friends or relatives or maybe your next door neighbor or some real good buddy at work, possibly your lover, that seems to leave their dreams on the table? Maybe not doing as well as you, and yet you know they're capable of doing as well as you. Wouldn't you like to see them change? Wouldn't you like to see them pick up those dreams and whoom, just go right after it? Well, you know, you can help them do that. I want to suggest that you pick up a buddy, introduce this to them. We are being controlled by paradigms. And although you may be doing a little better than your buddy or that other person, you know, the neighbor, the relative, there's somebody doing better than you. That's the part that really gets me. There's someone that's not doing as well as me that I really want to help, but I look at somebody else, there's always somebody doing better, and that motivates me because I know we can do better. Better is a beautiful word. And you see, what we studied there on paradigms, what we studied was very short. I mean, you got the Reader's Digest version. It was very condensed. But I think you got the idea that, darn it, there is something inside controlling us which controls our results. And when it comes to goals, there's such a very small percentage of the population that ever set their goal right. See, goal setting is an intellectual exercise, but goal achieving is a lawful process. You have to understand the universal side of your personality. And of course, we get into that as we go through 6 minutes. Every day it becomes better. And then that terrible terror barrier. Man, when you hit that, I mean, I remember I used to hit that and bounce. I'd run away like wimping and scared. The real strange part about it is everybody's doing it, but nobody wants to admit it. I didn't want to tell anybody I was scared. But the more I started to learn, the more I opened up, the more transparent I become, because I started to rely on coaches and mentors and people that knew more than myself. I learned from some of them, and I guess it was no accident, that if you want to learn something, go to someone that is demonstrated by results. They know what they're talking about. Sandra Gallagher and myself know what we're talking about in the area that we're talking to you. We can show you how to multiply your income. We can show you how to get your friend to do the same. Think of how much fun it would be with you and another person that you sort of communicate with on a regular basis, watching your income. Not just take small jumps, but take quantum leaps. You see, multiple sources of income is the secret to great success. We talk about that. We'll show you how to do that. We'll show you how to set the goals. We'll show you how to go right through the terror barrier. I look forward to the terror barrier. That's what adds the juice to your life. I mean, that's the yeast that raises the dough. You don't run from it. You go out looking for it. Well, that's what 6 minutes is all about. You see, I think I mentioned it took me 9 years to figure out what the heck did I do? No formal education, no business experience, and yet I took off like a rocket. It was the repetition of the information. It was so obvious once I saw it, but I was missing it. Have you any idea how repetitive negative news is that's coming at you? It's in every newspaper. It's on every TV show. That's all that comes across on the news. That's all what most people are talking about in restaurants that you overhear conversations. Think of the people you work with. They're talking about how tough it is, why it can't be done. We hear it everywhere. We're getting it through repetition. Well, I think we want to neutralize all that jazz and start getting the positive stuff on a regular basis. And that's what 6 minutes is. Every day, if you like those videos, every day we bring a great one to you that sparks an idea in your mind that you can play with all day long. And then tomorrow you get another one. Every week Sandra Gallagher is going to be coming. And I mean, that woman is brilliant. I have learned more about money from her in a short period of time than I've learned in all the years of my life. And I've been running around the park here for a long time. Go to the people who have demonstrated by results. They know what they're talking about. I do know what I'm talking about. Now, I don't do anything else but this. This is all I do. I love it. But I can read the personality right to a T. I know what's stopping us, and I know how to break through those terror barriers. You know, you could be sitting there and asking yourself, is this real? Could I really change my life in just 6 minutes a day? You can change your life in 6 seconds. An idea hits you and everything changes. But I can assure you, every day, same information. Yeah, it's the only way you can change your life. There's only 2 ways of altering a paradigm. One is an emotional impact, which when it happens is almost always negative. And the other is the constant spaced repetition of idea. That's how you learned your name. Do you have any idea how many times your mother or father had to tell you your name before you started to respond? Well, it's the repetition that does it. Oh yeah, you can certainly change your whole life in 6 minutes a day. You may be thinking, I don't think I can afford this. If that's really the thought that's running through your life, I want to let you in on a secret. You cannot afford to be without it. If you think that the price of this stands between you and enjoying this, you've got to get in this. You'll never have to wonder whether you can afford something again. Oh, that won't happen in a month, but I guarantee you a year from now, when you walk in to buy clothes, you're going to get the clothes you want. You're not going to have to look at the price tag first. When you think of taking a trip, you're going to take the trip you want. You're not going to have to wonder, can I afford it? All the money in the world is available to us. All we have to do is earn it. And that's part of the strategy in 6 minutes. We're going to show you how to do these things. Well, if you think you can't afford it, get it. And if you really want to grow, this is what you want to get. Look at all the things you have in your office or your home that you don't need. Do you know why you got them? You wanted them. And if you want this bad enough, you will always find what you need to get it. It's sitting here, right in front of you. All you have to do is hit the start button. Now, you may be thinking, I am so busy, I don't really have time for this. Well, let's look at it this way for a moment. Everyone gets exactly the same amount of time. We get all there is. So it's what we do with our time that really makes the difference. I think it makes real good sense. I think it's a very prudent move to set aside 5 to 10 minutes every day for growth. Do you see, it's the person that never does that doesn't grow. We don't grow by accident. Do you know when most people, when their heart stops beating, it's going to be a formality. They just sort of level out at around 20, 25, and they never get much better at what they're doing. You start studying this information, I'm going to tell you, it's fertilizer for the soul. It just causes you to grow and expand. Make the time. Don't ever say you haven't got time to do what you want to do again. You make the time for what you want to do. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to eliminate 5 to 10 minutes that you've been wasting. I guarantee you. Get up 6 minutes earlier and share it with me. It'll make your whole day better. Just think about it. Then pick a person and share it with them. Get them involved in it. And the two of you are going to have something to talk about that's so meaningful. And you'll quit majoring in the minors and you'll start setting the big goals and you'll start realizing them. It's when you start sharing what we give you that you're really going to enjoy it. So don't look sideways. Don't even ask anybody what they think. You feel it inside. You know this is the right move. Hit the button and get started. And then every morning, we're going to come together and we're going to expand our mind. It's going to be phenomenal. You're absolutely going to love it. And when we said we'd teach you how to get results that stick, you're going to wonder why we keep saying that. Because it's the truth. And if you keep getting the truth and keep getting the truth, you're going to start living the truth. Your results are going to keep getting better. So right now, don't even think anything else. Hit the button, get enrolled, become a member, and we will have a wonderful time in the future.